Texas roots, where my heart belongs, where my heart belongs. Take me back to South Texas roots.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today's going to be a 24-hour challenge for this ICECO cooler and the All Powers power bank. Nothing sucks more than having the power go out in your house. Obviously right now you can see I do have power, but when the power does go out, to have all your food in your fridge go bad. It's also bad not to have very much food in your fridge to start with, like myself. So I don't have a lot of food to put in the cooler, but I'm gonna put whatever I have inside my main refrigerator, inside this ICECO cooler over here, and we're gonna see how this thing holds up for 24 hours. Will it stay cool? Will it keep everything nice and cool if power does go out for that time? So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and get all the settings ready for this. It's been a minute since I've used this, so I just plugged it in. You can see it's at 77 degrees. I'm gonna go ahead and lower it down to about 37 degrees. It is on eco mode. There is the Bluetooth hooked up, so I can control it with my phone. I can keep track of it. If I'm running into town or something, I can still keep track of it and see what the temperature is on it. So it's gonna take a minute for this thing to cool down. My power bank is at 1% right now. I forgot to charge it last night, so it is currently charging in the wall back there, so I am kind of cheating a little bit as far as the power bank goes, but this is mainly for this ICECO cooler to see once again how it stands up for a 24-hour challenge. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take everything out of the fridge, go ahead and put it inside the ICECO cooler. We'll check back in after a while. It is currently 6:55 in the morning on, what is today? Wednesday morning. So we'll check back in throughout the day, all the way throughout the night, and then tomorrow morning we'll go ahead and do it, and I'll put the video out maybe later this week. So anyways, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and empty out the fridge, put it inside my ICECO cooler. We're going to test this thing out. All right, guys, so if you checked out my last video, I'll see if I can link it at the end of this video. I went out to Lake Finley in Alice, Texas, right out in the middle of the sunlight and the South Texas heat, and this thing did absolutely awesome. It comes with this little case you can just put over the top of it, which keeps it nice and insulated. It's got the insulation there. What I like about this cooler, once again, is it can open up from both sides. You can open it from this side. You can also open up from this side, depending on how you have it in your vehicle or in your tent, wherever you're going, camping, fishing, hunting, all that good stuff, or if you're gonna use it in a real life scenario like I'm using it for today. So once again, got plenty of room on the inside. It has all the information over here on the different temperatures for water, drinks, fruit, vegetables, prepared foods, seafood, all that good stuff. Comes with the light on the inside, a nice little basket, and then another compartment here on the side. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up, grab some of the food out of the fridge. Like I said, I don't have a lot, but I'm gonna put whatever I have inside here, and we're gonna see if we can keep it cool for 24 hours. All right, so I do like eating tuna fish, so I got a bunch of these little packs of tuna. Just stack those in there. I also have just normal little packets of tuna as well, like this. I'm actually gonna move these back over on this side over here, because I have some coffee creamer that's a little bit taller. So we'll stick that like that. Put these over here. Full bottle of creamer. Some iced coffee. Stand those up in there. I don't have a lot of stuff here, like I said, so lemon and lime, some cheese, apple cider vinegar. Just keep all this stuff inside there. I can already feel it cooling down over here. Once again, it was at 77 degrees, I believe, earlier, and it's only been maybe a minute or two. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this up. We'll keep an eye on the temperature and see how this thing does. All right, in the meantime, I got Pig Patrol TV on right now. It's a fishing channel out of, I believe he's out of Kansas. Been watching him for a while. Keeps it real, pretty entertaining. You can see back behind the TV, possibly, I have LED lights behind it. I'm gonna show you that real quick. So I'm gonna go ahead and dim these lights up top, which you can see, those puck lights I installed. You can dim it all the way down. Obviously, you can turn it off using the little switch over here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it back all the way up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and turn them off once again. You can see how it lights up behind the TV there. And the cool thing about this is you can use your phone, which I'm gonna change it here in a second. You can use an app here to change all the different colors. So let's see if I can do it here, if it'll work. Let's see, we'll do the color button and change it to blue, green, basically any color you want. You just move it around and it changes the colors of it. Just little LEDs on the back of the TV. You can also, let's see here, if I can change it to the music, it'll change along with whatever it's showing on TV as far as the sound goes. You can change the rhythm of it. Give your TV a little bit of color. Looks like they got like police lights on it. That's a little too much for me, so I typically keep it just with a white or possibly like a green or something. I like at night, it'll light up my longhorn skull up there, also my deer skulls up there as well. It kind of lights them up off to the side, but definitely lights up the longhorn up there, so pretty cool. Something simple. It was I think $11 on Amazon, something like that, so it's not bad. Once again, you can just control it with your phone. And yeah, a little cool thing to add to your house for a pretty cheap price. Like I said, just looked on Amazon for a TV LED lights and those popped up. Decent reviews on it, so I decided to get it. So far I like them. Go ahead and turn those lights back on. If you missed the last video, Matt came over. We'll put up a little bit of drywall up here and then I'll come back into the bathroom and show you once again. Finished up the ceiling in here. As far as adding in drywall, turn on this other light. I still need to hook up the puck lights, but right above the throne over here, added in a couple of sheets there. Still need to figure out this section back over here, but it's definitely starting to come along little by little. I thought about adding in some beams over here in the bedroom as well. Maybe one where that seam is right there to kind of cover that up a little bit. And then on that side over there where that other light is, make some kind of faux beam. And then also over here in the bathroom, once again, where the main bathroom and the vanity section goes, there's a piece of wood that runs across there. I'm thinking about adding in a beam there as well. And then obviously here in the living room, the beam that goes across here, I believe that beam is about 18 feet long, 10 inch wide by 6 inches tall. Get that covered in, and possibly maybe adding a beam or two across this way, just depending on what it looks like, but for sure adding a faux beam across the main beam up there. So it looks like it is 7:07, so it's been going for about 12 minutes and it looks like the cooler has already cooled down to 55 degrees, so that's pretty cool. And then the power bank is currently sitting at 8%, so that's charging fairly quickly. You can see that it is pulling about 46 watts right now for this ICECO cooler, which is not bad. You can run this power bank pretty good. This is a 2,000 watt power bank. Got this one for a review as well. The only thing wrong with this was that the trim right here comes out a little bit, so press that right there. It says it's gonna take about an hour to finish charging this, and then what I'll do is I'll unplug it from the wall and use it like a real life scenario as if the power actually went out, which it's not out. So I have high confidence that this ICECO cooler will last the 24 hours without any issues and keep everything cool. You can also use it as a freezer as well. I don't have much left in my freezer. I just got my fridge not too long ago. Got some frozen chicken and some veggies and stuff. So you can also use that as an actual freezer. I believe it gets down to, oh, let's see if it'll show it on the inside. I cannot remember all the specs for it, but you can get it all the way down to 0 degrees. And that's for a quick frozen foods. Seafood's 27, your meats, you can do it at 0, prepared food 39, all that good stuff. So refrigerator or freezer, either way you want it, it works out great so far. Absolutely love it. You can get that on iceco.com. I believe this one is 50 quart and it is roughly $5.99. So a great price for a great product. Once again, it has that little sleeve on the outside if you're out in the outdoors. Down here in Texas, it gets pretty hot, so that's a nice thing to add to it to keep it nice and insulated. I had mentioned once again that I have a prosthetic leg. I needed something easy to be able to move around, so it comes with this nice heavy duty handle to lift up, move around. See how easy it slides? And that folds down, and it also has just normal little handles here on the side, which are pretty heavy duty. And then once again, it's already down to 48 degrees, so it seems to be cooling it down pretty quick. And then while I have you guys on right now, there's also an app for it on your phone which you can control it. So my phone can pretty much control several different things in my house. Let's see if I can get this thing turned on here. So you just download the ICECO app. I have my Bluetooth on. It's already showing, since I've already had it programmed before, it's showing on there. I don't know if it's going to show on the camera or not, but it is saying that it's currently at 47 degrees. You can change the temperature on your phone as well. So like I said, if I'm outside or running into town to get more lumber for the house, I can always check on my phone, say, all right, my cooler's still good. I don't have to worry about my food messing up or overheating. So once again, you can get it down to -4 and up to 68 degrees according to this app right here. So not bad. Like I said, I keep it on the eco mode, making sure that it'll last the longest time. And yeah, so you can download the app as well. It's pretty cool. Very, very nice product. All right, so now that the sun's out, I wanted to show you the time real quick. It is 7:17 in the morning. I started this at about 6:55 in the morning. It went from 77 degrees. It is currently sitting at 32. I'm gonna go ahead and raise it up just a hair back to where it's supposed to be at 37. Get that set. Right now it's still at 32, so it's gonna heat up just a little bit. It definitely cooled it down very, very fast. Like I said, it was probably 22 minutes to be able to cool it down. Within that 22 minutes, it shows that we're currently at 15% charge. So right now it's actually showing that it's not pulling any wattage into the ice cooler, but you can still see it's on. It's not pulling anything at the moment. Now that it's set, if it needs to kick on, it'll start pulling it again, but it is, let's see, this thing is getting about 1,000 input watts. So that should be charged in about an hour is what it says. In the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing the video. Still watching old Pig Patrol over here do a little bit of fishing. What'd y'all think of those lights? Like I said, $11 on Amazon just to spice up your living room a little bit. Now, how long this is gonna last, I have no idea, but usually you get what you pay for, and that over there is $5.99, so I think that thing's gonna last a lot longer than these lights will. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and edit up this video, what I have. We'll check back in a little bit later. We're gonna see how that cooler actually does. All right, so it's a little bit later in the day now. It is currently, let's see if you can see in the background, 11:12 in the morning. So this thing's been running since 6:55 in the morning. I just opened it back up to get some of the iced coffee out, so it's sitting at 41 degrees. I have it set to 37. Once again, plenty of room in there. It's nice and cold, makes me want to stick my head inside there. I have the Bluetooth turned on so I can control it with my phone. The power bank over here, I've officially unplugged it from the wall. It's at 100% now. You can see that there's 0 input from the wall, so it's strictly just off the power bank, and it's pulling about 60 watts right there to charge the ICECO up. Once it reaches the 37, I think it flips back onto the eco mode, and the output should be a little bit less, but that should be able to run this thing for quite a while. I've used it in the past when I went fishing, and it seemed to run really good. So like I said, I'm doing like a 24-hour challenge, seeing how good this thing can work. Other than that, went and checked the mail, got myself some new gear. Yes, sir, got a new hat. Got a couple more hats over here from Stoic Outdoors, a local gentleman here in South Texas, down in the valley. Once again, it's Stoic Outdoors. Y'all should check him out. He does a lot of fishing, outdoor stuff, and he's very knowledgeable about stuff. So went ahead and got on his website, ordered some hats. I ordered 2, and he ended up sending me 4 of them. So shout out to you, man. Appreciate it. What do y'all think of this one right here? Big Rack Addict. Can you wonder why I got that one? And then this one right here was another one he sent me. It's got a coyote on there with the Texas flag and his initials for the company. Nice little snapback. Of course, I had to get this one with the Texas flag and a fish logo on it. Another snapback. And then I had another one that was a Mile High Club with a dove that had the Texas flag on it. I went ahead and gave that one to Matt, so we both can support Stoic Outdoors. So if y'all want to go over and check them out, tell them South Texas Roots sent you. I'd very much appreciate it. So anyways, what I'm gonna get into now, I went to town, picked up some 2x4s. Matt had to drive me because I can't drive standard because of that right there. So shout out to Matt for driving me to town. Picked up some 2x4s. I'm gonna start doing some of the Neller boards up there. Try to get that done today. And then maybe tomorrow he can come over. Dad's 10th treatment for radiation will be tomorrow. I think I might drive him to that one. Matt's taking him today, so it gives me a little time to work on this. I should be able to get this whole section done as far as putting up the Neller boards. And then when we both get some free time, he'll help me out and we'll finish up the drywall. I need to take off those two little pieces over here, the little triangle piece and this little strip right here, and add a Neller board back on. So that'll take me just a second to get that done. And in the meantime, I'm nursing a sore ankle. I went into town, got myself a little ankle brace here. Takes its toll on my body. Once again, I'm not a young buck. I'll be 40 next month, and going up and down on a ladder with the prosthetic, it definitely takes its toll on me. So my ankle has not been feeling the best, but the show must go on. And yeah, so anyways, I'm gonna stop talking. I'm sure you're tired of seeing my ugly mug. I'm gonna get up and down on that ladder a million times, get those Nellers up, and then we'll check back in on the cooler and see how that thing's running. All right, guys, so it is about 3 o'clock. The power bank is sitting at 93%. The cooler keeps dipping down to about 32, but I have to keep an eye on it, try to adjust it to where it stays around 35 to 37 so it doesn't freeze everything in there, but it is keeping it nice and cold. In the meantime, I have been working on the ceiling solo today, trying to get this thing done. Initially, I was gonna try to do a full sheet up here, or close to a full sheet above where the stove's gonna go. Couldn't do it. I could not hold it up, so I had to cut it in pieces and stick it up there. But I did add in a couple of Neller boards, got that section done, got both sides of the beam done. The only thing left to do on the ceiling in here is that section there, which is about 53 inches long by 14 inches wide. I'm gonna take a quick break. I think Mom and Dad picked up some Whataburger on the way back from Corpus, so they said they got me some chicken strips or something, so I'm gonna go over there and eat that, and then come back and try to knock out that last section. And then the only thing left to do would be to get the wall done, and this living room will be 100% enclosed, which, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. It's been a long time in the making. It feels really good to get closer and closer to being finished with all the sheetrock in this room. Then I can start taping and floating everything. Trying to just knock it out as much as I can. The ankle is still holding up. It is sore, but the show must go on. Going up and down that scaffolding is no joke for me. It does take me quite a bit of time to do it. I did make some mess ups on some cuts, as you see over here. A lot of little cut off pieces. I've been going through a lot of the sheetrock. I don't know how many I have left. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sheets left. And that should be enough to cover that wall completely over there. And then if I have to use any smaller pieces, I do have all these little cut-offs over here. But I am slowly getting this done. I am the prime example of anybody can do this if you put your mind to it. It's tough though. It's not one of those guys you see on the short videos that you're scrolling through and you just see some guy flipping drywall around and using his little gun, shooting them up all easy. This is not that easy. My hat is off to those people who can do that for a living. I am not one of them. I'm just struggling DIYer trying to get my house done. It's not going to get done in a day, but I'm very, very proud of myself for getting up there and completing that by myself. It's quite the task, but hey, at the end of the day, it is getting done. And like I said, all I got to do now on this whole section is just do the triangle pieces on the wall and then that little strip up there on the top. And then once again, this room will be done. I can start taping and floating it. And then also, I'm not sure when my truck's going to be out of the shop. I have not heard anything this week, but when I do get my truck back, I want to buy some wood and we're going to trim out all these windows. The windows over there. Not quite sure what I'm going to do around the doors yet, if I'm going to use the same type of wood or not, but I want to go ahead and get these windows trimmed out and then buy the big thick wood blinds in there so I don't have to have these curtains up there with thumbtacks. That's kind of ghetto, but hey, not ghetto, white trash. So anyways, I'm going to go head over there, get some chicken strips in my stomach because I haven't eaten today. And then actually that's a lie. I ate a Q taco earlier this morning for breakfast, so caught myself. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go eat some chicken strips, come back, get this knocked out. I do need to add a Neller board over there in that corner, and then it should be ready to rock and roll, get that completed, and then maybe tomorrow I can knock out this wall in here. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and put you guys back down, go grab some food, and then we'll check back in after a while. All right, I am done working for today. As you can see back behind me, I finished up the ceiling back there, started working on the wall. Just a little bit left to do. I'd say maybe another 5-foot section here, about 2 foot that way, and another 6-foot section over here. So fingers crossed, I could try to get that done tomorrow if I don't end up going to Corpus. If I do go to Corpus, I'll just try to work on it in between and see how far I can get. But very pleased with the amount of work getting done today. It was quite the task once again, but hey, I got it done. I will be checking back in the morning for my final thoughts on the ICECO cooler. It's currently sitting at 35 degrees. The power bank just turned off right now, but let's see. It has 90%, so I'm fairly confident it should be able to keep this thing charged overnight. And once again, I will give my final thoughts at 7 a.m., which would make it a full 24 hours of running the ICECO cooler to see if it's worth it. And if you have a power outage for a day or so, would this thing hold up to the task? So anyways, that's my final thoughts for tonight. We're gonna check back in the morning. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the morning. All right, guys, it is the next day. The cooler did great. I actually just took everything back out of it, put it back in the fridge over here. Not much left, but it definitely held up. Great product. Once again, it is IcecoFreezer.com. You can get this one for $5.99. It is the JP50S series, 50 quart, $599 online. It is definitely worth the money. If you want to invest in a power bank as well, I think that'd be a smart investment, or start a YouTube channel and get sponsored by one. So appreciate ICECO for sending that over. And then in the meantime, got this wall done back behind me over here, except for this one spot up there. I'm still working on it, but I just did that last triangle piece this morning. And yeah, so anyways, got the beard trimmed up a little bit, sporting the Mario mustache for now. Don't worry guys, if you missed the beard, it'll be back in a week. So anyways, got that stuff done for now. I'm gonna take a quick break, and then on the next video, you should see that completed. And then I might start taping and floating the living room area. And I'm still waiting for my truck to get back from the shop. So once I get that done, then I can pick up the wood. I can start trimming out all the windows. But yeah, that's pretty much what I got for today's video. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. This much closer, guys, to getting this room done and living more comfortably in here. So anyways, I do appreciate you guys for watching. Once again, check out ICECO. If you made it to the end of the video, comment, thank you ICECO for sending that to Jared. So anyways, appreciate y'all for watching, and I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
Take me back to South Texas roots, where my heart beats.